here from Waco, Texas. Now, there used to be a program on television hosted, I believe, by Art Linkletter, and it was Kids Say the Darndest Things. You are teaching first grade students.
Yes.
They come up with a lot of good
They
stuff.
absolutely do.
Give me some examples.
So actually I have naturally curly hair. Today I straightened it, obviously. But the first time this year I wore my hair curly, my students didn't recognize me. They're like, "Are you my teacher?" They kind of looked at me weird, did a double take, and one of them said I look like a witch.
Ooh.
But a good one. So, yeah. She followed it up nicely.
Yes, she redeemed herself.
She did.
Okay, Nan Cohen is a high school
I guess
English
everyone
teacher
redeems
from not far from
themselves
here.
sometimes.
Van Nuys, you mentioned in that film clip just a moment ago something about getting poetry books. You had not a first grader as one of your students, but somebody much older.
My oldest student ever was 91 years old. He was a retired psychology professor in a continuing studies program. And he was really eminent. After World War II, he researched aphasia in returning soldiers. But every week he came to the class interested in learning something new. And that was really inspiring.
We are never too old to learn something new. That's good. Good for you. Michael Camp is
true.
from Chicago, high school Spanish teacher. And every year you've had at least one student say the same thing as a student the previous year and the year before that?
I've been teaching for 10 and a half years, and I don't know what it is about me, but it's always everyone has kids that are successful and some that struggle a little bit. I've every year always had one of the kids who's not doing so well go, this is my favorite class. And I always say, well, can you try and act like it a couple times? Maybe we can get along a little bit better here.
And they're usually failing that class when they say that to you.
Usually, and it's around the end of the quarters.
Okay. They are,
We'll get to that later.
Lady, go ahead, make a selection.
I will take the crown for 800.
Sainte-Chapelle in Paris was built to house relics, including this crown. And that would be Jesus' crown of thorns. Lindsay, go again.
The crown for 1,000.
The Sahasrara is the crowned one of these points of spiritual power in Hinduism. And that would be a chakra. Lindsay, go again.
Let's do Once Upon a Time for 600.
Disney's Tangled is based on this fairy tale.
Rapunzel.
Michael?
What is Rapunzel?
Correct.
Once Upon a Time for 800.
Here's a contemporary vision of this character who was born inside a tulip and also went by the name of Tiny.
It was Thumbelina?
Yes.
Once Upon a Time 1000.
This poor little girl
I heard that
with
name
bare head
before.
and naked feet tries to keep warm on New Year's Eve, but ends up freezing to death. Man,
It was the little match girl.
right.
Stranger Things 200.
The billy goat plum of Australia contains 100 times more of this vitamin than an orange. Michael.
What is vitamin C?
Yes.
Elementary for 2.
Fee, fi, fo, fum. One of those is the symbol for this element. Lindsay.
What is iron?
Iron, Fe.
Elementary for 400.
By volume, this gas makes up about 78% of Earth's atmosphere. Lindsay.
What is hydrogen?
No. Michael.
What is nitrogen?
Correct.
600 elementary, please.
Since its discovery in 1940, more than 20 isotopes of this transuranium element have been found, including 239. Talking about plutonium. Michael.
Elementary for 800, please.
In Japan, seaweed is a major source of this element, a lack of which can lead to a goiter. The element this time is iodine. Michael.
Elementary for 1,000.
Alloys of this metallic element, atomic number 22, are used in artificial hips. Nan.
What is titanium?
Right.
Stranger Things 4.
This American's self-written epitaph makes no mention of his years as president from 1801 to 1809. Michael?
Who is Adams?
No.
Nearly
Who's
finished.
Jefferson?
Yes.
Stranger Things for 600.
You know what? I don't
Water
care
holding
of how the
species
questions
of
are not
this
as long as
amphibian
the episode
can lie
turns
dormant
well.
in
I'm
a
okay
desert
with that.
burrow, waiting for rain for up to 5 years. That would be your frog. Lindsay?
Stranger Things for 800.
He not only made incredible escapes, but in 1918 made a 10,000-pound elephant vanish from a brightly lit stage. Lindsay.
Who is Houdini?
Right, now a last clue. Helium, cooled to near absolute zero, becomes this type of liquid with a 10-letter name that can flow without friction. And it's known as a superfluid. All right, Michael, you are in third place. You're going first in Double Jeopardy. But first, these messages.